Yo, what up YouTube? It's your boy Liger from Nintendo Duo, back with a discussion. I want to talk about Zelda U that's coming out next year. Basically, we saw a little thing from the VGAs, and I want to give a little discussion, a little 2 cents from my point of view about it, and talk about something that kind of always irks me also in the gaming community on YouTube, but also world, in the gaming community itself. Well, the first thing is the game. I'm happy that Nintendo showed it. I was wowed. I'm happy. I saw a lot of people, even including Nintendo fans, were saying that the visuals, they don't know about it. I'm with you guys that it was not a direct feed, but it sold me still, because one thing I know about Nintendo is, unlike other game, and a lot of people start doing this now, which is good. A lot of other game publishers, developers are doing this right now, but Nintendo showed gameplay. That's all I care about. I play games. I don't. Visuals are good, but if the game is broken and I can't play the game, I can't do something in the game, then that's a problem. So I'm happy that it showed it. To see Anuma and to see Shigeru Miyamoto just sitting there talking about the game, having fun, little trolling, whatever, but having fun and talk about the game visuals. I'm happy to sell cards back in. I know they're gonna do crazy puzzles like they did in Skyward Swords with the air. You can fly to a cave, or maybe there's jets of air coming off the ground that you gotta shoot up and stuff. So that'll be cool. I love the way that the atmosphere look. I'm not too worried about a lot of stuff in this game. So I want to bring up the things that people brought up, and I'm not gonna try to. This is my opinion, and I know how things are. It's cool with me. One, like I said, the visual thing, I have no problem with it. When it comes to Nintendo taking care of their franchises, they do a great job. I never have to worry about that. The visuals gonna be just as on point as I thought it was. The only time I got a shock was, of course, when Space World 2001, when they showed Ganon and Link fighting, and then they do Wind Waker. I was like, whoa! But you know what? I love anime. I love all kind of art styles. I don't care about gritty and whatever it is. Including point taken. One of my favorite Zelda is Twilight Princess, but still, I was kind of happy to see they did this trailer thing, and I ain't gotta worry about it. I know the visual's gonna be all right. I know there's not gonna be no hiccups. They're not Anuma, and again, Miyamoto was right there. Those two are taking care of the baby. They're not gonna mess up that much, anything. So I ain't gotta worry about the visuals. Not a problem to me. Then now people are talking about, oh, it's too vast. I don't know. I understand. I don't think you want every second to be, I don't know. It's an open world. It's not really open world. They kind of Miyamoto stated it's not really open world, but it's a vast world. And they're gonna have spaces where it's gonna be open and nothing's gonna happen. I hope that the stuff on the trees that they put down, like they said, and the bugs. But you might not be in constant battle. That's what it is. That's what it is. GTA, as big as that, as open world as that is, and Skyrim, they have vast spaces in there that you don't interact. You can't go to every building in GTA, and it'll take you a while to walk some in Skyward Swords. I mean, not Skyward Swords, I'm sorry, Elder Scrolls. But so Skyrim. So come on, I don't gotta worry about that. There gonna be enemies there. They might have toned down some of the stuff just to show you what's coming along. I've seen people do that, turn down stuff so they could show the demo and show you what's going on, and then you see something different when it comes to gameplay. And again, I don't worry about that with Nintendo, because they take care of the baby. And you ask, a lot of people always like, oh, I wanted something bigger, Skyward Sword. Here's the part about why I have a problem with. A lot of people, the one thing about in the game community that irritates me is people who don't know how to create games, who are not programmers, who bitch about stuff. And then when they get something close to what they ask for, or close to what they ask for, because you still have to go to certain fans, you're still not happy. I'm different. I like a game. I don't care what it is. I mean, I'll have a kind of topics about like Star Fox and Super Paper Mario and stuff. I've seen on videos of other people, Nintendo fans as well, be bitching about this. And one thing about Nintendo I like is they like to experiment. They like to change things up. Every Mario is not almost the same as the other Mario. The Zeldas are different. The Marios are different. Star Fox, again, the peak of Star Fox was Star Fox 64. I love it. But I also love Star Fox Adventures. I also love Star Fox Assault. They're not. Command is the weakest in my opinion, because you're doing that was more repetitious. But Adventures, I love Adventures. It was something there. Zelda wasn't around. It was a good adventure. They took it and made it to something. It's a very difficult game. I would say the one point about Star Fox Adventures, like I said, I'll talk about it, is the whole, every time you find an item and you raise it, I don't like that. But every game is not, again, one thing I always say, every game is not perfect. There's no perfect game on this planet, never. So opinion wise, yes, but again, what's perfect to you is not perfect to me. It's just, that's how it works. So everybody's gonna have a gripe. So the thing that I'm talking about is that you want an open world space, then you can't. Now you have the vastness of the space. Now you don't want that. Come on, please, can we get a grip on this? And then again, I listen to a lot of podcasts. I listen to Wired, NVC, Beyond, Game Trailers, Polygon. I listen to all kind of podcasts just to see what the consumers are taking in, and also I get couple information from from people in the business that I work with, like I said, since what my company does, and I get with those people. The one thing like I said, that irritates me when people who don't know how to do things bitch about stuff. Now, again, legitimately, if something's taken away from a game, like I'll give you an example, Mario Kart, one of the best Mario Karts I ever played. Not top up there to me, because DS to me was better because they gave you a lot of value in the DS. You had online play, you could customize your cars, you had a very good single player, which no Mario Kart ever have other than that single player in that game. And you have battle mode. They took Mario Kart 8, visually great game, love it. They made battle mode crappy in Mario Kart 8. That is a legitimate gripe. That I think we should get on Nintendo on. Why did you mess that up? That makes sense. E15, they took out some modes out of that. That's a legitimate gripe. You took away something that was a staple in the game. I can understand that. But if you don't know how to make the assets and the making of the game itself, and you bitch about stuff, I don't like. That's the part that ticks me off. I'll give you 2 examples. Like I said, I listen to NVC. I listen to NVC. Pierce Snyder is the co-founder of IGN, and he's on NVC. He doesn't do reviews and other stuff. He just talk his mind, which is cool. And I like listening to him because sometimes they jaff and they go around and they kid. And he had a couple of podcasts in the past when he was like, he asked Brian Artalo, he's like, do you like the single player aspect of Smash Brothers? And Brian likes it. Brian said, yeah, and I too, I like the single player aspect of Smash Brothers. Here's the thing, in Melee, people were griping about the at that time was griping about the single player in Melee. So Sakurai made a more story-like driven story in Subspace Emissary in Brawl. People didn't like that either. People were bitching about it. That's a crappy thing, blah, blah, blah. And then, the thing that killed me is it's not a part of the main game. It's not like it was the easiest way to unlock trophies and the easiest way to unlock all the characters, the single player. But that was not the main crux of Smash Brothers. You basically fight. That's the main part of Smash Brothers that everybody likes. So, but people were bitching about it. And Sakurai basically tweeted out and did interviews of people saying that when people said that he didn't like the single player. So you know what? He gave a Smash run. He gave a Smash tour. Now again, Pierce Snyder said all those things is the one he didn't like. Go to the podcast after the Smash Brothers came out. The first thing Pierce Snyder said basically was, "Oh, I miss Subspace Emissary." That's the kind of stuff that irritates me. You say one thing, you get it, then you change it around. Make up your mind, people. You don't know how to make the game, then you know what? I understand the legitimate opinions, but Stuff like that changes the game for a lot of people. I love Soul Space Emissary. I love the classic mode in Melee. I mean, you know what? Yeah, Smash towards the weakest part of Smash Brothers. I played though. Now that we understand how the game mechanics work, me, my sister, we're friends, we played and it's fun. I have no gripes about it too much. It is the weakest part of the game though. I admit that. Same thing for Smash Run. The randomness of the part which you don't know, that also hurts the 3DS part of Smash Brothers. But you know what? Y'all bitched about it. He changed it. Now y'all bitching again. Nobody gonna be happy. That's why I said there's no perfect game around. And then in the discussion where they talk about Zelda, you know what? Everybody was like, oh, it's getting repetitive, it's getting boring. I have to find a weapon, kill the boss with the weapon, and barely use it again or something like that. Now, in Link to the last year's Zelda game, Link Between Worlds. I'm sorry, Link to Between Worlds. You have a system that made you go to any dungeon out there right now. And people was like, oh wow, this is great, this is awesome. But you know what, the boss fight was not that memorable. I wish they could go back. And then you come back and say, I wish they go back to having a weapon and that kind of nonsense is what I don't understand in the gaming community. They understand where you're coming from, they change the mechanics for you people, you bitch about it, then you're not happy. This again, if I'm making a product, I made a product out there. Not everybody gonna be happy with my product. I know that. That's why I like Nintendo in a way that they listen to the consumers and they try to encompass everything into it. Like I said, I have no problem with Zelda. Zelda's gonna be a great game. I have no problem. I know when it comes out, I played Skyward Sword. I love Skyward Sword as well too, because you know what? It was other than Red Steel 2, Red Steel 2 as a sword playing thing, those two games, Red Steel 2 is higher than Zelda in my opinion. Red Steel 2, you could do so much stuff with it. Ubisoft, I don't know how you felt so far, and I'm gonna talk about that too. And Skyward Sword was the next one. Yeah, you gotta pair it up, blah blah blah. Come on, it's a part of the game. But that's one thing about Nintendo Life. They change up differences. They change up things. It's not you cannot. They might use the same IPs as everybody argues about all the time, but you cannot tell me Skyward Sword is the same thing as Twilight Princess. You cannot tell me Mario 64 is the same thing as Galaxy. You can't say none of that stuff. There are some games that are together, but it's what it is. I played every game, every Zelda, played every Mario, played every Metroid. I love every Metroid. And also that's the next thing I'll talk about. Other M. I like the Other M. A lot of people didn't like it. We'll talk about it later. But I have no problems with basically Zelda. Zelda U hopefully comes out next year. They say it's gonna come out next year. I have no problem with Nintendo pushing it back because I want that to be polished. That is basically a standard, that seal of approval that I grew up with when in the NES and SNES days. I want that, so I have no problem with that. So I can't wait. I can't wait for Zelda. I can't wait for Star Fox. When Shigeru Miyamoto said that Star Fox should come out. I really hope they put the best innovation in there, and they give us more flying. That's what everybody want. I want more flying, Shigeru Miyamoto. I hope you put a lot of emphasis in the flying part again, and we'll see how that work out. But Zelda, I have no problems with it. I'm happy. I saw what I need to saw, which was gameplay. I don't care about the visuals. I saw a person moving around, swinging a sword, shooting arrows, doing what they said they're gonna do. Unlike CGI trailers and like, oh wow, it's graphically well. So nah, I'm good. I'm alright. But anyway, that's my 2 cents on it. This is your boy Eliga from Nintendo Duo. Remember, there's no perfect game out there. What's perfect to you is not perfect to me. What's perfect to me is not perfect to you. Really, just let's keep it simple and let's just play games. Peace out.